A firm needs a document processing architecture using Amazon Bedrock to evaluate quarterly filings. The workload involves data extraction, sentiment scoring, and compliance auditing for batches of 5 files. Because each file requires multiple foundation model interactions, the team faces a specific performance challenge. The current serial processing approach takes 45 seconds, but the requirement is to complete the entire batch within a 10-second window. Which architectural pattern should be chosen?
Option A. Implement AWS Lambda with provisioned concurrency to run tasks one after another, setting 10-second timeouts and retry logic. Option B. Utilize AWS step functions using a parallel state to trigger multiple Lambda functions concurrently for the various analysis tasks.
Option C. Use an Amazon SQS buffer with multiple Lambda functions configured with reserved concurrency to process aspects of the reports in a serial pipeline. Option D. Run an Amazon ECS cluster with containers configured to process reports one by one, scaling the cluster based on CPU metrics.
In my view, the correct answer is to utilize AWS step functions with a parallel state to trigger multiple Lambda functions concurrently. The primary goal here is to reduce the total processing time from 45 seconds to under 10 seconds. Since we have a batch of 5 reports, any serial processing approach will inherently fail because it adds up the duration of every individual task, which will inevitably exceed our 10-second budget.
By using a parallel state in step functions, we can orchestrate multiple concurrent Lambda invocations. This allows us to execute independent tasks like data extraction and sentiment scoring at the same time. The total time then becomes equal to the duration of the single longest task, rather than the sum of all tasks. This is the standard, highly effective pattern for parallelizing workloads in serverless, event-driven architectures on AWS.
Explain which answer is correct and why. Options A, C, and D are incorrect because they all rely on serial processing. Even with concurrency settings or container scaling, if tasks are processed one after another in a pipeline or a sequence, the bottleneck remains the cumulative execution time. For exam purposes, always look for architectural patterns that enable concurrent execution when you see strict time-based latency requirements for batch processing.